a live property analysis today, and I've done very, very little prep on it. It is an A-frame in Boone. I know a lot of people that follow me are from Charlotte, like local areas. Boone, obviously, you know where Boone is. People that don't know, Boone is maybe 2 hours away. It's like Western North Carolina, big college up there, App State. And honestly, a good spot for investments. So this deal came across my desk. It was somebody I networked with on one of these platforms. And I'm going to underwrite everything today for you in live, like live. I've done maybe 2 minutes worth of prep on this. I have no idea if it's going to make sense. I've created some projections. If you are curious to get the replay, let me know. I'll shoot that over to you. If you have not already, I put together a free course. There's templates, there's free goodies, everything right here in our Side Hustle Host community. The replay will be in there, the checklist, our templates to how to underwrite deals, like our messaging templates to guests, like how to get more deals, close more deals, make more money, all that down below. Scan it if you want. So drop your questions below, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. I'll put the link down below as well. Anybody wants to join. But all right, let's get rolling. So this property, let me kind of show you. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me know if everyone can see this. Saying reload the screen. That's not good. Okay. Hopefully you guys everybody can see this. So we got Zillow over here. This is, I'm looking for an A-frame. I want to buy an A-frame. I think they are unique. They just market themselves. I mean, this place is like this, not the best A-frame, but designed well. It's cozy, give you kind of those mountain vibes. This one specifically is like 8 minutes from downtown Boone, which is very hard to do. So we're going to be looking at the property. I have no idea about the regulations and all this other crap. But today we're just actually going to underwrite this property. So I'll give you kind of a high level view of what the property looks like. We'll go into AirDNA and look at the comps, and then we'll use my template projection to underwrite it and see if it cash flows. Once again, the template it's free in our program. You can grab a copy, no questions asked. So, all right, frame. Let's see, a couple things. I've looked at this probably the most in depth. Let me just make sure. Yeah, should be good to go. Hopefully everybody can see this. If not, let me know. I mean, it looks like it's been published in a magazine, maybe. So kind of the first factor is like how many people can you get here? I think that's going to be probably the biggest thing once we get over to AirDNA and looking at the projections. I do like this little wood burning stove here. Kitchens, I do like the looks like countertops, cabinets are pretty good. Maybe some stainless steel appliances down the road. Not a necessity now. You got that warm kind of feeling. Photographer did pretty well here with making it warm and cozy. This one, so as you can see, kind of here. So A-frame, I mean, high level. This is a small spot. 775 square foot. There is a loft and actually a bed. So for me, I think, man, I would just kind of maximize revenue here. I would potentially do like a pull-out couch here, or potentially an air mattress, just to see if you could get, maybe 5 people in this place. Obviously, you don't want to overcrowd, but you do want to maximize revenue without affecting the guest experience. So this is the loft right here. This loft is sick. I love it. Kind of gives me like treehouse vibes. Obviously, the big windows here. Not a great view. Like if I'm going to buy something that's going to be long range mountain views, my boy Levi, that's one of his 7 or 8 things. And that's, I think, one of the top 3. So getting some long range mountain views is really important. This one, unfortunately, doesn't have it, but still an awesome spot. All right, so this is the loft. So technically, if you're selling this place, it's not a bedroom. That's why it's listed only at 1 bed, 1 bath. But for short-term rental, I love it because technically this is a 2 bath or a 2 bed. Potentially more if we get like a pull-out couch, air mattress in the living room. So yeah, these look like curtains. Looks like they're frosted. I feel like I would take that off just to get some outside nature view. I understand, making sure you can sleep well and the privacy and all that, but something to add in the future. So this is bedroom one. It looks like bedroom one. So yep. Here we go. This looks like, it looks like this is the downstairs. That might be that. Yeah, it looks like the kitchen is in there. So, closet. So this is honestly where you could push your revenue up. Outdoor amenities. Obviously, this is going to be a couples getaway or a small group family getaway. Like it's a no brainer. I would hot tub. I mean, I've been screaming that from the rooftop. Mine has a hot tub and people love it, especially in the winter. I would, obviously need to talk to an engineer, make sure the deck can support a hot tub, right? That's a really big one. You got the string lights. Once again, another huge, very inexpensive amenity that drives revenue. This is really cool. I don't know really where this is at. I'm assuming the back of the house. I think there's a creek back here. This is pretty cool. I like this shot a lot. You got the string lights here as well. You could go above and beyond with amenities and cool games out here. You could go crazy here. Looks like this little stream, washer dryer, love it. Looks like pretty updated bathroom. I like the paint, the fixtures. It's okay, not bad. The whoever staged this did the decorating did a great job. Now, this is one thing I don't really know what this piece is. I don't know. It looks like an outdoor shower, but I don't think that is it. Once again, I didn't do much research on this. I just wanted to kind of show you guys how I am looking at a property from start to finish. The property looks awesome. I love it. So if we go back here in the, it looks like highest and best offer by Sunday. I mean, that's in 2 days. So if you're watching the replay, if you want to put an offer in, if this makes sense, which I don't know if it will yet, you got a little bit of time. But this one looks like it is averaging 50K gross since 2021. So we got some revenue potential here. One thing that I love to do if I'm buying an existing short-term rental, buy the listing with it, buy the reviews, buy the furniture. It'll be a separate bill of sale, but you can do that, and I've done it before. I'm not going to go through here, but that's kind of the property, right? Let me. I think I've already got it pulled up. Let me stand up for this. See if I've got any questions. We'll get rock and rolling in Air DNA. Drop your questions below if you have any questions about the property, how I look at properties, or just anything. Making sure you guys are alive. Yeah, we got some viewers here. Let's get it rock and rolling. All right, so this is the property. I've already put it in. I've tried to find the listing. I don't know why the AirDNA has not found the listing, which is a head scratcher. But we do have some decent comps here that that we'll look at. So I wanted to try and find the listing because we have on here. He said he was averaging about 50K gross. I'm assuming a year. It doesn't say per year, but it says over 50K gross earnings since 2021. Hopefully that's not total for 4 years worth, and that would be very bad. But here, AirDNA has this really, really low. So as you guys know, it's the purchase price compared to the revenue, right? That's always the math equation with when it makes sense or when it doesn't. A quick back in a napkin formula that I like to do is like 15% gross ROI. What I mean by that is property is listed at 400 grand. So this one's 400. 15% would be, I'm not good at math, 400 grand times 0.15 would be like 60 grand. So I want AirDNA to say 60 grand. Fortunately, it does not, but that's not the final check, right? One, because the owner obviously says it here. Obviously, if you're going to buy a place and they have that info, get that info. It's a quick report from Airbnb, Verbo, property management software, so on and so forth. So I've had AirDNA do this multiple times. Once again, AirDNA is the best that I've found, but it's not perfect. They say within 10%. This one, if the owner is accurate and if this is correct, let me just make sure, go up guest count. Make sure this doesn't change dramatically. It's probably pulling the same comps in. Yeah, it's the same 4 comps. And only one of those is a 1 bed. So not great, but let me see if I can expand this just a little bit. See if I can find this listing. So that grabbed one more. Okay, that looks like it's up the street. Oh, let me show you where this is at. Where is, so right off 321, and then Boone is right here. I mean, location wise, like I think it said 8 minutes from Boone. This is a great spot location wise. Obviously, we primarily work and purchase in like Charlotte area. I don't know, if this is the good side of the mountain, the bad side of the mountain. I'm not a huge mountain person, but I do like cabins. So that could be a pretty good spot. Only been on the market 2 days, which if they're already calling for highest and best by Sunday, this could be potentially a bidding war for something like this. A-frames they're hard to come by. I've been looking, passively for the last couple months. They're hard to come by. So back to AirDNA. So what I'm looking for here is essentially this is a good start. Occupancy, ADR, those are pretty useless. This projected revenue is the most important factor. Typically, I found the occupancy to be very low compared to what we do, and the ADR to be too high compared to what we do. We're averaging about 85% occupancy across our entire portfolio. And then obviously the higher occupancy, if we stay at this number, the lower ADR. They kind of balance out. This one is the most important one, and I'll show you kind of in the projection sheet, which I'll give away for free, how we kind of back into that. So here's kind of the comps. I'll go one by one for this one. I'm just going to do it very quickly. Most of these are 2 beds. This is actually a 3 bed. So, I mean, that is an A-frame, which is interesting, but 10 guests, like it looks like there's a hot tub there. That's not a comp. So let me bring this back down to reality. We'll filter out. Yeah, there's probably more, but AirDNA is just kind of pigeonholed us into this. There's a different way to kind of find more comps. That's a whole nother training. So here, I just want to kind of spot check a couple of these, just to see the quality of this Lynn Hill Lane compared to what we're looking at. Okay, definitely a bigger house. Maybe it looks like a decent mountain view. Not enough photos. There's only like 8 photos. So that's that one. So that one's about 25. This is a 2, 1.5, doing a little bit more, 30 some. DNA is a projection. If we have hard numbers of like what this property has actually done, obviously we're going to use those. Yeah, good little view right here. Looks like that one and this one are the top comps. It's at 400 reviews. Sheesh, been doing it a while. Good for you. ton of history. Love it. Yeah, it just looks like a normal house. No real views, fire pit, no real amenities, but great reviews. So they're doing something right. So that one is, yeah, that's more like it, like 77%, 120 ADR. But my question is, if I'm buying this place, I'm verifying that this is correct. I'll assume it is because I think an A-frame with a view like this design, you add some amenities, you could probably push this up if this is accurate to, hot tub will add 5 to 10. You do some like outdoor games, like a pull-out couch, maybe go from 3 occupancy to 4 or 5. Like you're starting to kind of get all that upside. So let's just say this does about 50. So I think this is underperforming. A 1-1 A-frame this close to Boone will do more than this. I know it will. Even with these comps, like they're not super great comps. They're, just that one's probably my favorite right here. But we'll kind of jump into the projections here. So kind of high level. I won't go into all the details, but we got revenue, debt, HOA, insurance, property tax, your operating expenses, and then you got your upfront costs as well, which I'll kind of go through this very, very quickly. If anybody has any questions, stop me at any point. We've got a decent amount of people watching. So if I glaze over something you want to kind of circle back on, let's do it. All right. So here in the template, the upfront costs are the most important, and then that'll help fill out some of these. So $399, that's what this list is at, right? $399. I'm assuming highest and best. It'll probably go over that, but for underwriting purposes, we'll start there. Down payment 20%. It's an investment. It'll probably be like 25. Interest rate 7.5. I have no idea if that is accurate. No idea. So let's say like 7, and then that'll adjust our debt service over here. And then let's say you want to do 25, that'll adjust your down payment, so on and so forth. So all these are dynamic to whatever you're buying it at. I've put furnishing about 10K. You can buy this furniture. I would buy it depending on how much it is. If the furniture's 10K, I'd probably buy that. Renovations. This is what I would do here if I'm buying this. Hot tub for sure, no doubt. Mountain Market, like hot tub. If you can get a sauna, actually, dude, you need to put a sauna down here where that swing was. Yes, I totally forgot about a sauna. Somewhere here. I don't know how big the space is. I'll probably get rid of the swing, slap a sauna down there. Chris and I just went to a place in Clyde that was an A-frame. The place was sick. Had a sauna. That was the reason why I wanted that place. So I would do that, honestly. Probably, let's say 12 grand in renovations, hot tub 8, 9, sauna, a couple. You got electricity and all that for a hot tub as well to hook that up. Supplies, like kitchen supplies, marketing, setup, cleaning, deep clean, all that. So kind of rounds out the upfront. I'm not going to go into most of those details. The expenses, this is like your operating expenses. I've estimated $250 for utilities. Probably a little much for 700 square foot. Like you're not doing that much heat, power. Like it's not going to be that much. Cleaning, lawn care, supplies, trash. I've estimated about $90 a turn, 3 turns. We might do, honestly, we'll probably do 4 to 5 turns here. People stay in 4 to probably 7 nights up here. Lawn care management, obviously, if I'm buying this, we're going to have 0 management. I like to have a CapEx here just in case. $1,200 a year, nothing too crazy. But at 50 grand, this is the biggest number right here. If he's if this person is doing I think it said 50, right? Yeah, 50 grand. That's underwrote at 50. You are, yeah, so let's see. This is 20% down, 400. So I mean, honestly, a good little ROI, 8%. So cash flow. So there's two big metrics: cash flow, cash on cash. Cash flow is like after all expenses, how much money you're taking in. Cash on cash evaluates what the upfront cost is compared to like the first year and ongoing years. So essentially, the cash flow is $8,400 a year. That's here, and then the upfront cost is like all of our down payment, closing costs, furnishing, renovations, marketing, like getting this bad boy set up. So 8% cash on cash, like that's pretty good in this market with the 7% interest rate. Like checks the box for me, honestly. Now, realistically, this is where I want to kind of adjust some of these numbers, because let's say you're buying this cash, right? Say you're buying this cash, you put 100% down. What you'll see is your upfront cost go way up. This is weirdly enough still 8% cash on cash, but your cash flow goes from $700 a month to $2,800 a month because you've just removed any debt service. So that's a pretty cool exercise that I like to do. Or if you're just putting down like 50%, I mean, you're at still $1,500 cash flow, still at 8% cash on cash. So let's just say for most investors, 20, 25% down. Let's do this at 7.5. What's this look like? Okay, so cash flows goes down, not by much, and then this goes from an 8 to a 7. So one exercise I like to do is, let's say these interest rates go down to 6%. You refi in a couple years. This goes from 8% to a 9%, and then adds $300 a month in cash flow, a couple grand a year, just by one interest rate. Let's say we get wild and crazy, we go to 5 at some point. This is still at 50 grand, people. Like, this is not adjusted for any of the added amenities that we just did. So 5%, this is looking at a much better deal. You go from 8% cash on cash to 11%. I'm looking for like a 15%, which I think is possible with adding some of these amenities and my expertise. So cash flow is about $1,200 here. Let's see. Let's go back to 7%. Bring it back to real life. All right. So still, as is, no amenities. If you can just repeat what they did, this is a really good. This is a sound investment. Now, this is the fun part. You ready for this? Let's say we add that sauna, we add that hot tub here. We invest in this bad boy, get some, maybe an additional pull-out couch down here, update the furniture, like redesign this thing to like the highest potential. I think you could realistically, if they're at 50 right now, like I think you could get to 60 pretty easily. So this goes from an 8% to a 15%. This is where I'm wanting to be, and this is where we're advising our clients to be for investments like this, because it just all the margin is at the top. All the margin and the cash flow and all that is at the top. Now, one thing that's not included here is like depreciation, write-offs, things like that, to lower your tax bill, the STR loophole, bonus depreciation, all that. We're not even taking that into account yet. But say you push this from 50 to 60, which I think is it's possible. This goes from 8% to a 15%, $700 a month cash flow to $1,600 a month cash flow. What would you do with $1,600 more bucks a month cash flow? This is after expenses too. I removed management. Let me add that back. Management is a big line item. Oh gosh, not 20.2 is a big line item, but doesn't change that much. You know, you're still plus $500, 6%. So I think this is Caleb approved. Check the box for me. I think I would do it now. Pending this 50K that they said has averaged. I have no idea if this is a professional host. I don't know if they're pricing it at 125 a night, 365, and they're not charging more for these holidays and whatnot. So that's how I underwrite properties from start to finish. Hopefully that was helpful. Once again, I'm giving away this template. Just comment down below, shoot me a DM, join that group. I'll send that over to you. Hopefully this is helpful. And I might put an offer on this bad boy. All right, take care. Thanks.